Welcome to Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones. And if you didn't already know, this is my 8th season. And I am so excited about producing and hosting at Can TV, which is located at 1309 South Wood Street in Chicago. This is where it all started for me. I absolutely love meeting people, interviewing and sharing their stories to educate you, my viewers. So tell a family member, associate, a friend, or any organization to tune in, and I promise you, you will be entertained and educated. You can also visit my website, www.marcusjonesstory.com. I also have IG, which is Marcus Jones Story, my Twitter at I have a story, 2 TEL, and of course, Facebook. Today, I am glad to have Ryot, the Game Changer Waller, on my show. MMA fighter. He was born and raised in Chicago. He also is doing great things in the community, which we will get to in our second segment of the show. We also are going to meet his trainer. But even before then, the both of them, I want to introduce to you Andre, a friend of mine for many years, and how I got introduced to Ryot, the Game Changer. How are you today, brother?
How you doing?
Tell people how we met.
Well, we lived in the same building for many years.
Yes.
Yep.
But you went on and did great things. You moved out of this little raggedy building I stayed in, and you downtown now doing your thing. And so, how did you manage to meet Ryot, the Game Changer, Waller?
Well, I've been in the industry for, numerous years, and we worked at two separate bars, that was right around the corner from each other. So, I would see him all the time. We would speak and stuff and talk and stuff. And then I never knew he was a fighter, because he was very, low key and mild mannered, So, so then we started, so he brought it up that, hey, I fight. And I was like, yeah, so me being an ex-boxer and ex-wrestler too, so I said, wow, so I took an interest in his career. So I started following him, his fights and stuff on Facebook and stuff, looking him up. And, I saw he was knocking out everybody, and said, man, this dude ain't no joke, Right. So me, I've always been around the entertainment world and stuff like that. So, I doing movies and things like that and everything. And because I'm, no longer able to fight or wrestle or anything like that anymore. So not physically able to do it. But, I said, well, let me see if I can get back into the training, because I had a passion for I never lost my passion for the game. I just took my career in a slightly different, it's still all entertainment. When you look around, when you look at the whole picture, it's still entertainment no matter what. But so I just said, let me get back in the fight game, So I called Ryot and I said, hey man, help me get back in shape if I can start training people, because you can't be a trainer unless you're in shape too, you know what I'm saying? So I've been working with him and stuff like that, and so I decided, I said, well, what, I'm a pretty good PR guy, so I think I can help his career out, help my career out too, so we can help each other out. So I intertwined the worlds, and that's what it is right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up, brother. Yeah. And I am so glad that we connected back together.
Yeah.
And you keep doing great things, brother.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing that.
Now
always.
We're going to bring on the man of the moment, Ryot, the Game Changer Waller. We'll be right back in a minute.
International Maverick.
I just want to give him something they can feel. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring you the man with the $1 million smile. I appreciate the love. shit for y'all, man. I just wanna give you the feeling. Let's do it. Yeah, the people want it, so I gotta give it. And they've been patiently waiting, I know it's been a minute. Back on my business, it's the God with the holy flow. I'm still blessed and shit, I'm feeling something like the pro. So let's go, take a journey on this math track. Pictures painted on my canvas are perfectly abstract. Backpack rap, nah, spitting how I'm really living. Bloodline greatness, I'm just keeping up tradition. Making a killing is the mission, homie, nothing less. I just want the recognition, I ain't gotta be the best. Say it with my chest so they can feel it all in their bones. My delivery awesome, mailman Carl Malone. I got it sewn on point like a fucking needle. Tailor-made flow, designed for the people. Fly as an eagle, I ain't worried about the competition. I hear the people calling, I got what they've been missing. Listen, I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that. I'ma give them what they want and what they need. And if they don't like it, then I'ma force feed. And yes indeed, you gon' love it, I ain't sparing nothing. I gotta cook the kind of substance to stick to your stomach. Beat bumping, piano keys, sharp snares, $1 million smile, my profile. Debonair, won't be compared to the others, I'm the new. True to what I do and what's most important, original. It's a few things I don't like, but to each his own. I'm a B-I-M-A-V, I'm no clone. Moving right along, ladies say they love cool M. I ain't gotta be all extra for me to get some trim. I'm him, fresh brim and a pair of Nikes. Making dope shit is my habit and my only vice. Birthright to shine, so I illuminate. But hold up, wait a minute, what the people say? I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that. I'm in rare form, way out the norm. They say the flow nasty like triple X porn. I was adorned with a crown, Maverick the ruler, sipping cherry wine and puffing on a hookah. And I maneuver like Obama, peek the walk daddy. Cool as a pimp, popping out a short body caddy. And I'm happy I don't do it like nobody else. Spit tight, crazy, flow tight as a body belt. I'm out for wealth, Joe, trying to get that mogul dough. Till my cup runneth over from the table to the flow. And I'm only eating with the people on my team, bitch. Toast to success, yeah, that's the proper etiquette. Fuck a pessimist, people hate to see a nigga living. I know it's been a while since you probably felt the feeling. So fuck a pessimist, people hate to see you living. I know it's been a while since you probably felt the feeling. My nigga told me that he missed the feeling, that's why I put my heart and soul up in it. And baby girl said she missed the feeling, that's why I try to put my all up in it. Come on, my nigga told me that he missed the feeling, that's why I put my heart and soul up in it. And baby girl said she missed the feeling, that's why I try to put my all up in it. Come on, my nigga told me that he missed the feeling, that's why I put my heart and soul up in it. And baby girl said she missed the feeling, that's why I try to put my all up in it. My nigga told me that he missed the feeling, that's why I put my heart and soul up in it. And baby girl said she missed the feeling, that's why I try to put my all up in it. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my niggas say I real as that. I just wanna bring the feeling back. Now all my ladies say I real as that.
Welcome back to Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and I have a great guest. He's great with his hands, I should say. He's great with his mental, as far as thinking when he's approached by different features in the ring. His name is Ryot, the Game Changer Waller. How you doing, brother? I'm doing good. Thank you for even showing up, brother. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, got my training on earlier. A little slow, but you know, I'm good.
Okay, you did a little training today?
Yeah, went to Swallow Cliff, they got them stairs over there where it's a lot of stairs, run up and down a couple of times. So
Okay.
out at like Palos Hills, something like that.
Okay, I think I've seen that on YouTube. A lot of
Yeah.
people be trying to go up those chairs,
Yeah.
stairs, I should say,
Yeah.
and everything. So let's just get right into it, brother. First of all, I wanted you to tell the viewers, what is MMA fighting?
MM fighting stands for mixed martial arts, where it's a combatable sports of all different types of forms of martial arts that you roll into one to utilize in a cage.
Okay.
So-
And when you do all that, is it sort of set up like boxing? Like you got 2-minute round, 3-minute round, or how long does
No,
that?
it's 5-minute rounds.
Okay.
And you're able to go up and down. So in a total, it's probably, in a regular fight, it'll only be 3 rounds, but each round is 5 minutes long.
Okay.
So some of it almost would equate up to a full match in a boxing round, which is 12 rounds. But they only like 2 minutes long, I think, or 3 minutes long. I'm not really sure about that.
Okay. How did you get started in the sport, MMA sport?
Life, I had a bad breakup. It didn't go so well for me, and I had to search deep and down myself to try to get my mind off of that. So I was like, what would I be good at? And, and I got like a little pain tolerance, and I love martial arts. And I was like, fighting, like I got a good reach, I got the heart for it. So I go ahead, dived in.
So that brings you right into my next question. So what does it mean for you to be a fighter?
Oh man, it's just like waking up every day and taking a breath, and realizing you're still alive, That's what fighting is for me. It gives me something to aim for, a goal, Like when people see me out working out, they're like, man, what you working out for? First thing that come out my mouth is, I'm working out for life.
Okay.
And
great.
then it's followed by, I want to be an MMA fighter
Okay.
and such,
Okay, great. Do you remember the first fight you ever had, and if so, who was it with?
Yeah. If now my first MMA fight or like
First regular fight.
First regular fight.
fight.
It was. I had just started training. It was about 2 weeks into training, and somebody like, yeah, you want to fight? It was a kickboxing match, and it was out in Crystal Lake, and I actually got paid for my first fight, so that was kind of cool too. And man, I had just started training. Like, I ain't know nothing. I still had the butterflies in my stomach, and I was like, man, I don't want this dude to punch me in my face, man. I like my face, man. But I was not successful in that first fight, but the drive afterwards kept just driving more like, I gotta get better, I gotta improve, Like, I was good enough, but I wasn't that good yet, so I had to improve more.
Okay. Did you win?
No, I did not win.
Okay.
I lost in like the 3rd round. I went the distance, and I think I kind of got cheated out of that one a little bit. I felt like I got cheated out.
But you still got paid.
I still got paid.
Good business. Okay, now I know I've been doing a little research on MMA fighting, and one of the things that I was watching when I was YouTube, and one of the questions I wanted to pose to you was, do you like to stand with your opponents, or do you like to take them to the ground?
I am definitely considered as a striker. So I like to use my hands. I like to use my elbows, my knees, my shins, my foot, my push, whatever. I really don't want to go to the ground. Put it like that.
Okay. Now, in saying that, how does someone prepare to fight with their shins and the elbow? I mean, the elbows are kind of I can get, because that's like basically dirty fighting to me.
Right.
Dirty fighting, elbows scratching. But how do you prepare for shin? Is it kicking like?
Yeah. The way I prepared for mine was I used to kick the bottom of a heavy bag, because the heavy bag has its soft points. Up top is soft until it goes down to the bottom, which most of the weight is. And it's kind of hard there. So for me to start conditioning my shins, I just used to just kick the bottom of a heavy bag over and over again.
Okay, great. So on that note, we're going to take a short break. But we'll come back. We'll get to know more about Ryot, the Game Changer Waller. We'll be right back with Everyone Has a Story in just a moment. We're back. on Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and I got a great guest, and he's getting ready to open up to you all and let you know about MMA fighting. So, Ryot,
That's what's up.
what separates you from every other fighter in your division?
I think my reach is one of the things that separates me, and the fact that I can dance really well.
Okay.
I do have some good footwork movement and very unorthodox movements that they say. It's like they don't know how to catch up to me because it's not, I just move like I want to move. Like it's no limitation on how to move. Like I try not to be so robotic.
Okay. Now, when you mentioned dancing, so do you work out to music or how?
No, I started in high school doing African dance.
Okay.
And that kind of grew off of that, and I did a couple of stage plays and a little bit more dancing. So I always did like some acting on like stage plays on the side, just to like get my mind, or to help me with my stage presence more for fighting. So I know when it's time and lights, camera, action, I need to execute.
Okay.
And I don't want to be tripping over my feet. So.
Right.
So the dancing played a big part in helping me how to move bilateral and control my breathing.
Okay. Now let me ask you, who was one of your biggest inspirations in fighting? Like who did you used to watch? Who's inspired you to, like, hey, he doing it, or he's a legend, or
Right. I was never a big person to have a fan like that, to look up to somebody like that until I met my coach, Brian Gassaway. Then I was like, yeah, that guy, I want to be on that plateau where he stands. Okay. Everybody else, yeah, they good, and I admire them, but like that's my guy right there. So that's the one who I would say I would look up to the most in the fighting game right now.
Okay. And for the viewers, how long have you been fighting now?
I've been training for about 10 years, and I've been fighting for 4 years. So I wanted to make sure I was ready. Okay. After that last little fight, like let me train a little bit longer,
okay,
and knock some more dust off, so I could really be ready to get in there and do my thing.
Okay. Now, I know that in boxing, sometimes I think the youngest was Mike Tyson, 20, 21. He became a champion.
Yeah.
How young can you be as an MMA fighter?
Nowadays, you could be very long. You could probably be as young as 18 now. Okay.
And that's with competition or just training or getting ready to be an MMA?
That's competition. Well, it depends on how you started off and what was your background. I have one friend in Miami that he did a lot of wrestling growing up in high school, and he was really good at it, and he goes far. So, and then once he started doing MMA, like he didn't have no amateur fights. Like he went straight pro because of his wrestling background. Mm-hmm. And he's more younger than I am, so he probably started around like 18, 20, actually being a pro.
Wow. Okay. Now, how has MMA fighting changed your life?
Man, it changed my life dramatically. I can better compose myself. I don't get hot temper as much or so run off at the mouth, like I be real humble about things, like I don't have to prove nothing to nobody now, like you want to run off the lip and talk about what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
So it's like it helps me to balance into other parts of my life, like waking up on time, being somewhere on time, eating right, sleeping, making sure I get enough sleep at night, and making sure that the network of friends that I have good energy around them, and not bad energy where it's gonna like be harmful to me or them or even to my career as coming up. I don't want to be out with a group of guys that I know I got about to get into a fight with all the time, right, so get shot at all the time. So it just helped me to stay clear of that, and go to point A to point B, and sometimes if there's a C, but after C I'm going home. So, and that helps me a lot in my life though. Okay. And with meditation, and just balance and just breathing wise, just everything.
A healthier lifestyle?
Healthier lifestyle, just eating right, sleeping right, just everything. How we talk to one another, how you communicate with one another. And sometimes we get irritated with people and we want to just say what we feel. And sometimes it's just not our place just to say that just because you're irritated with somebody. So it kind of helped me to like, I'm a little irritated, but it's not my place to say anything. So I'm just going to relax and chill, you know.
Okay. If you could have that one dream fight now, because I know you got many years to be competitive and, you know, win, you know, lots of money.
Right.
Who would that one fight be with?
It probably would be against Anderson Silva, the Spider. I think so. That would be the highlight. Yeah, I would definitely love to fight that cat right
So
there.
you calling him out right now?
Hey, Anderson Silva, if you out there, baby, let's do it. You know what's up? Like, I ain't scared, you know. I got good footwork too, so.
Okay, so you've been doing a lot of research on this.
Yeah, you know, it's easy to do research on somebody that's already famous. Every time you turn on something, he right there.
He
so
right there, right, and all you got to do is just Google him.
Right, you know.
Okay, so hey, brother, I'm glad we're having a good show, having fun out here. We're going to take another short break, but when we come back, we will get to know more about Ryot the Game Changer and a little bit about his trainer, who's training him, getting him ready for these big fights, you know, competition. I know it's a lot of hard work. So we'll be right back in just 1 minute. My name is Marcus Jones. I am a self-published author, talk show host / producer, and motivational speaker. This idea just popped in my head that I should just do my own talk show. And it's a broader vision of my autobiography, Everyone Has a Story, This Is Mine. And the title of my talk show is called Everyone Has a Story. Coming from the South Side, grew up and raised on the South Side of the city of Chicago. And I was raised by a single parent, my mom's, and I got involved into the street life. And the street life consists of gangs. I joined the gang. I started selling drugs. And mostly important, you know, I wasn't listening to my parent. I wanted to get more recognition from the streets than I was getting already. And so I entered someone's home, which was another drug dealer, to attempted to rob them. But he got the ups on us. And I tried to, as I was exiting the home, I got shot. And didn't even know I had got shot because I had collapsed. And when I tried to get back up, I couldn't. I changed my way of thinking, and that's what I want to do for the youth that's living that street life. I want to change their way of thinking. We're back with Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and we're still here with Ryot the Game Changer, Waller, and he's getting to open up quite a bit about himself, and I want to thank my viewers for tuning in. And you know, Waller just has an amazing inspirational story, but now we're going to find out about a little bit about his trainer, who's putting him through these brutal workouts and hard days. First of all, introduce yourself, brother.
My name's Brian Gassaway.
Thank you. And how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing excellent. You know, it's very, very good to be here.
Okay. And just to give the viewers, where are you from?
I'm originally from Ohio.
Okay.
And I moved to the Chicagoland area like 1998. moved here just to actually to train. You know, it's a lot more opportunity here as opposed to
Ohio,
out in the country. You know,
I got you. And so, how long have you been training the Game Change?
Ryan and myself, we've been working with each other for what, about 4 years now? Yeah, about 4 or 5 years, and you know, he inspires me. You know, I guess we kind of inspire each other because I see his passion, and I just try and cultivate that passion. Kind of get him in the right mindset and just right focus, and he just takes it and he runs with it. He's a pleasure to work with.
Okay. Now I'm sure you've trained other fighters and everything. Sure. Is there, and you mentioned a couple, is something really special that sticks out in his skills and his mentality as a MMA fighter?
Right. Well, I think one important aspect of being a trainer is to find that spark in each individual. Mm-hmm. And once you find that spark, you find a way to kind of cultivate that. He has a lot of passion, a lot of desire. He has some anger, but honestly, this is not a pity pat sport. You know what I mean? This is a very brutal sport. He channels that anger, and he makes it into something beautiful. It's like poetry. Okay. In fact, I think fighting's like poetry. It's like us having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Except he's having a conversation with his opponent, just the interaction with each other. It's it's an art form in itself.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, and this may be a kind of tough question. Now, when a fighter loses, who is that on, the fighter or the trainer?
I think we win as a team and we lose as a team. You can get him. He can train like his footwork. He can train his hands. He can train his takedown defense. He can train everything. But you know what? His opponent's doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And for me as a trainer, it would be a disservice to him. I know I can get him easy fights. Mm-hmm. That's not going to benefit him in any way because it's not about the wins. It's about making him a better person. Okay. And fighting. His way of doing that is through fighting. And so, I take that loss. He takes the loss. But I think ultimately, fighting is an individual sport. Once the cage closes, it's him and his opponent. Mm-hmm. And it's that conversation, and it's that dialogue between each other. And you win some, you lose some. It's but you never really lose. It's like you learn. You learn from your losses. And I think with each fight you can, that's a pendulum, and if you take a loss, it can go drastically one way, and you can never recover from that. He was smiling like about 10 minutes afterwards because he's like, man, I should have did this, I should have did that, I could have did this better, I could have did that better. Right. That's the important part with a loss. So.
Great answer. So, Ryot, do you have any project that you're working on or coming up? Any projects coming up?
XFO, which gave me my pro debut. Hopefully, have another fight December 2nd at the UIC Pavilion. So I hope they find me somebody that good for that I can have that dialogue with again. Okay. So I'm hoping that really comes through, and it's gonna be a really good show. I get to invite a lot of people that always want to get to come to my fights because it'd be off somewhere else or in another state. So now I'm in my hometown, like the city, so everybody could come out. Like if you say that you want to see me fight, this is your chance to show up in attendance and rally my name while I'm fighting.
That's what's up. So and for the eager fans and the new fans out there, do you have a website people can visit and keep up with you?
Me and my PR guy, Dre, we working on that. But as far as Facebook, we could go Ryot Waller, RYOT Waller, WALER, and then Ryot the Game Changer Waller. So on Facebook, you could reach out to me on there, look at me, profile me, see what's going on. I put all my last updates of what's going on in my life, how I'm training, little training videos and everything.
Okay, Great. So it's that time of the show, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank you all, my guests, and also Andre as well. I definitely had fun on the show today, and I'm pretty sure that you all have. Until next time on Everyone Has a Story, enjoy your week, enjoy your day. I love you all. Thank you.